Hopefully that fixed it. We'll see. Did we fix it? Okay. All right. Now we're back. Starting off, I just want to mention that I am on Subscribestar, and if you want to donate to the cause, cool. If you don't have to. No one's holding a gun to your head, unlike the government sort of is. So, here we go. For the longest time, the far left and their sycophants, you got to understand, these people are not on your side. They'll take your money all day long. And, I'll get my hands. They'll take your money all day long. But, they hold you in contempt. They hate you. Especially if you don't agree with their political ideology. And I kind of talked about that today in my video that with my audio all janky. But, John Cusack adds Trump derangement syndrome to the max. Here's his tweet up here. This is from today, it looks like. But he basically says, Trump is still dangerous. He overperformed. He won't concede. Will use intimidation, threat, and lies to mobilize paramilitary America. He claimed without evidence. He couldn't get an army. But he will try to use parts of police forces and paramilitary America to be his army. This is still a very dangerous situation. Again, without proof, is stating that. That's incredible. You got to understand. John Cusack, much like his fellow sycophants and ass kissers in Hollywood, this is how they both think. And they think that, yes, you're dangerous because you think a certain way, not like him. That is disturbing in and of itself. Now, we'll go read the story. I was going to pull up the Fox News story, but they pissed me off. And so I'm not going to use Fox News anymore. I refuse to use Fox News. John Cusack claims Trump supporters voted for mentally ill virus-spreading Nazi in angry tweet. This is from 4 days ago. See, John Cusack attacked some Trump supporters as the 2020 presidential election results slowly ended on Tuesday night. The next president remains to be decided as of Wednesday morning, and the actor who previously supported Bernie Sanders, who would have thunked that, during the Democratic primaries, cursing his voters in the process, taunts Trump's statements online provoked due to looks like there'll be 2018 where it took some time to see the demo gain and Biden get 270. But really, so many people didn't just look away the other way. But Nazi rapists by voting for the mentally ill virus-killing rapists, Cusack tweeted on Tuesday night. He said, it's hard to find punchline here. We're sick. No, Johnny boy, you're sick. Overnight, the actor reacted to Trump's speech delivered on Wednesday morning in which he thanked the American people for overwhelming support. Millions of people voted for us tonight, and a group of very unhappy people disbanded that group, trying. People, and we will not stand for this. When one of the actor's followers drew his attention to the president's press conference, Cusack responded, Trump only wants to stop the voting in states where he leads with millions of legal votes ready to declare that heavy favor dies. In another reply to a follower on Twitter, Cusack claimed that Trump thinks he is Putin. The nerve of these people. Hey, Moonbased, how's it going? You see, this is the normal behavior of people on the left. Now, Twitter will put a little note on bottom Donald Trump saying, without evidence. But a jackass like this idiot right here. Yeah, 16 Candles did suck. I did like High Fidelity, though, and Gross Point Blank, but I can't watch those movies anymore. And if I do, there's certain ways for me to acquire said movies without having to use personal funds, if you know what I mean. Let's see. Yeah, he thinks he's Putin. Putin. Really? Really? Actually, since you're out there, Moonbase, how's the audio? Is it good, bad, indifferent? Thumbs up, thumbs down? Okay. Let's see. John's cushion for additional work. No. Oh, okay, let's see. I got an ad blocker on, it's all messed up. He says, F him, he said. In several other tweets, Cusack reprimanded the president, suggesting legally cast ballots to be legal. Okay. He further claimed everything from Trump's mouth is a lie, adding that he finds the president crazy and calls him a criminal. Without evidence. Last month, Cusack drew parallels between Trump and a certain German Workers' Socialist Party in the 1930s. You know, all right, awesome, thanks. Sounds good. So, every time someone claims that someone is a Socialist German Workers' Party from the 1930s and the person who ran that party, they always claim those people that if you don't agree with me, you're a Socialist German Workers' Party official. I find that interesting. That you cannot disagree with somebody, especially on the left, and this is what you get. He said, blank, left stolen from avant-garde. He hated the message of avant-garde because it was wartime. Coming from World War I, but understood that art was new. Oh my God, this guy is insane. Politics was new art, and art and politics were going to be fused. Cusack doesn't know what the hell he's talking about. It says, you can see Trump doing the same thing. How? He's doing such kitsch futurism. God, this guy's out of his freaking mind. He's like just like Biden. He is saying, I'm going to make America great, and the future is going to return to the past. No, you moron, you mental midget. He was going to make America better. Jesus. Now he has never got out of the past. I'm lying. I say everything is a lie, but you know. Jesus. This says, and in September, Cusack suggested that he did not have time to deal with anyone who was not trying to oust Trump from the White House. The actor swore on Twitter, I am stopping anyone who is not aggressively contesting the anti-Trump election. Again, this goes to show you that this guy is out of his freaking gourd. Let me go to the next article here. It's a Jake Tapper thing. All right. But the app. He does need to get back in his meds. So this is going in the lines with what John Cusack is saying. He's saying that essentially Trump voters, and he's not the only one saying this, that Trump voters are irredeemable and they need to be re-educated and through truth and reconciliation boards or panels or concentration camps or the same type of camps they put Japanese Americans during World War II into camps for the only crime is being Japanese Americans. And they were put in without due process. And that's what I talked about earlier today, that once liberals and Democrats, and that's the thing is that I think I really need to differentiate here. Liberals, or classic liberals, are okay. It's the fascist Democrats who act like liberals are the issue. But let's look at this tweet right here from old Jake Tapper. Now, you have to read into the context behind this, because Jake Tapper is a filthy Democrat, flat out, 100%, no doubt about it. Democrat. He's a Democrat first, maybe an American second, but who knows? I can't look into his heart and understand. So, this comes right before lunchtime, today, November 9th. At Jake Tapper. I truly sympathize with those dealing with losing. Which is funny because he spent the last 4 years trying to overturn a president who was duly elected. It's not easy. But at a certain point, one has to think not only about what's best for the nation, parentheses, peaceful transfer of power, but how any future employers might see your character defined during adversity. Wait a minute. What is he saying here? Is he saying that if you have a future employer, and I guess they go through your social media or whatever, and they find out that you want the election to be 100% accurate, no fraud. So he's saying that future employers should look at what you say online, and then Jake Tapper should come in and say, hey, this guy who wants to become a longshoreman or something like that. Here's what he said during the 2020 presidential election. He didn't like the results. Let me read that again. But how many future employers might see your character defined during adversity? Why would you say that? And so his number 2 to this tweet. I mean, I don't expect the Ride or Die crew to listen to me, but so it says here on your resume that you drove a sex offender to testify at Four Seasons Total Landscaping north of Tacony Palmyra Bridge? What? The hell does that even mean? So essentially what Jake Tapper here is saying is that you better shut up, just accept the results, even though they're not right. Or potentially not right. The jury's still out. It still's got to go to court. If, in fact, the Supreme Court actually even takes this up. Which, I hate to say it, folks. They probably, if they do, they're not going to, well, I don't know. Anything can happen. This has been a weird year. But in my heart of hearts, I think that the Supreme Court's not going to dip their toe in it. And yes, Moon-Based Radio, the media does think they are our overlords. Because the way the news media is now, and you already see it, it's that they decide what's the truth. Remember when CNN said, oh, you can't read WikiLeaks, only we can because it's illegal. It's like, wait, what? Really? And with the Hunter Biden laptop. Oh, there's nothing to see here. Yeah, if there's a laptop and there's a lot of stuff on there, shouldn't you, I don't know, have some sort of, journalistic integrity and kind of like peer into it? Nope, don't need to. Oh, okay. But you peered into Donald Trump's supposed P tapes that never existed. Well, yeah, but you ran with that story for what, a year and a half, 2 years? But that was okay because that's journalism. But Hunter Biden's laptop is off the table. Why? Oh, I know why. Because the media is in the tank for, you guessed it, Joe Biden. And cackling Kamala Harris. So, that's the thing. As we go forward on this, because unfortunately, I hate to say this, but I don't see a good end result to this. I mean, I could be wrong. I mean, here I am, some guy, with a microphone and a, webcam, talking to strangers on the internet. But I just don't see, I hope it gets overturned, and they see all these, fraudulent ballots and people correcting them, and that's the thing too, is that they found a lot of ballots that they just circled or they just filled in Joe Biden's name, and that was it. But they didn't, vote for a senator or congressman or congressperson, or whatever you want to call it, from their congressional district or area or something like that. So they only voted for Biden, and this is numerous times. It almost seems like, let's do a thought experiment here. It almost seems like, dare I say, that they were in a rush to fill as many ballots as possible. Fill out a link block in. Fill out a link block in. You see, it takes a lot of time if you're trying to fill out, let's say, 100,000, and you have about 100 plus people that you're paying to keep quiet. Of course, this is all without evidence, of course. That's what they would like you to think. Yeah. The media, for the most part, has double standards. They have they have double standards. They got one standard for anybody on the right, and they have one standard for anybody on the left. And going forward, when that goddamn potato becomes president, you're going to see a couple of things. And even my own son, my son's 15 years old, even my own son, and he's not politically active. He doesn't even care really. But he was asking me some questions about the election and those other things, and then he asked me, or actually he made a comment, and he goes, you know what, this is kind of funny. He goes, I'm not politically active. I don't really care. But he goes, it just seems like the news media is in the tank for Joe Biden. It's like, yeah, you're onto something. But I also said something to him to the effect of, you need to see what the news media doesn't say about Joe Biden from here on out. I guarantee you that he's going to wind up like Woodrow Wilson back in the late teens, early 1920s, where he had a stroke. And his wife and his cabinet was running the country pretty much. And so people go, hey, can we interview the president? Oh, no, he's sick. But he's been sick, or he's sleeping. He's been sleeping for a couple of months. I haven't seen him. Oh, he's fine. And they kept that massive stroke he had quiet for, I want to say about a year, maybe 2 years. He couldn't talk. He was bedridden pretty much most of the time. But they kept it quiet. Did the news media really tackle that one? No, they didn't. But they were sure enough to tackle any crazy conspiracy theory about Donald Trump popping up. Oh, they were all about that, weren't they? Going forward, you just got to know what the news media doesn't say. That says volumes to what they actually say. Because I foresee a point in Joe Biden's presidency where he's going to be missing for a couple of months, where you don't really see him. And you'll see a lot of Camel Toe Harris all over the place. But you won't see Biden. And the people may ask, like maybe journalists from OANN and Breitbart and Newsmax will probably ask, hey, and people like me will go, hey, where's the potato? Oh, no, he's hanging out, he's resting. Yeah, but I haven't seen him for 3 months. And the news media goes, oh, that's just a conspiracy theory. We see him. Really? Then where is he? Pfft, we don't need to talk to you lower life forms. Screw you. Oh, okay. You put me in my place, I guess. Like I said, it's what they don't say, which means more than what they actually say. And like I said, if you look at, this is what just Jake Tapper says about people that he doesn't agree with. And what you see here with John Cusack, Trump is still dangerous. He overperformed. Overperformed? I mean, didn't Biden sort of overperform a little bit? He kind of did. I guess what does this all mean? I think that's what it boils down to. What does this all mean? I don't know. Because what can I do to stop or hinder the Biden presidency? There's nothing I can do. I'm just one man, behind a microphone and a webcam or something like that. And I said that earlier today, is that I will do everything in my power to protest this SOB potato piece of crap. I will. I guess I'll try, but I'm not going to get violent like BLM and Antifa. I'll leave it to them. They've lost all credibility. Well, to the news media, they haven't lost credibility because that's all par for the course. They enjoy this. Oh, they're peaceful protesters. There's a burning building behind them, burning down. Actually, let me show you that. I think I still have that picture of that building. I have it somewhere. Let's see. Let me pull that up because I think it's apropos to what we're talking about. Let's see here. Let's go here. Fiery but peaceful. Okay, here we go. Fiery, but mostly peaceful protests after police shooting. Really? So this is the people right here, boys and girls, that we're supposed to trust that they're defending the Republic. These people right here, these chuckleheads right here, are saying, "Oh, this protest, meh. This burning building behind me, meh. It's okay. It's all right. What do you don't trust your lying eyes." Because, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So we're supposed to trust these mental midgets in the media? This is what they're telling you. They're telling us right now, in this particular photo, that fiery, but mostly peaceful protests after police shooting. Does that look peaceful protest to you? And these are the people that are going to tell you, oh, the election, it's okay. It's not rigged. There's no corruption. There's no fraud. There's nothing. Shut up. Take it. What do you know? You didn't go to Harvard journalism school or Yale. You don't know like we do. We're better than you. We pass through a special membrane. We are better people. That's how these knuckleheads think. They treat us that way. They treat us like kids. And well, honestly, can you blame them? Because for the longest time, we've just been accepting their tripe as the gospel truth. And it's not. Oh my God. I don't know what to say. But one of the things I've recently just stopped. I've stopped. I don't watch the news on TV anymore. I barely did, anyways. But I don't do it anymore. Fox News, dead to me because of their bull crap. They were usually not all the time, but they usually kind of stood up to the left and said, "Hey, let's investigate this. There's a charge of fraudulent ballots in these states. Let's look into it." Nope, Biden's the president. Oh, really? So the news media now is the arbiter of truth. They say, we're the ones who decide who is president and who is not. And by the way, boys and girls, the election hasn't been certified yet. And that comes in a week or two. And then they go to the Electoral College on December 13th. That is when actually the president is elected. Well, we're supposed to listen to these chuckleheads here. We're supposed to take that right there. They're telling you, these are peaceful protests. Oh, the fire behind me? I don't worry about that. That's Someone's having a clam bake. Don't worry about it. Oh, okay. So one of the things I actually wanted to talk about also is that going forward, you can do what you want. I'm not doing a call to action here. But one of the things that needs to be done is the mainstream media, CNN, MSDNC, Fox, ABC, CBS, NBC, they need to be kicked down a peg or two. And the way you can do that is essentially don't watch their crap. I know what you're going to say. Well, I need to know what's on the news. I need to know what the enemy has to say. Okay. I guess. And again, I'm not telling you to do anything you don't want to do. But every time you watch one of their shows, you engage in their advertising. You are a +1 on their viewership. Just don't watch it. If you start taking their money away, then they become, well, the chances are they probably become more dangerous if you take some of their money away. They get crazy. Another way of protesting or peacefully protesting is peacefully protesting against Hollywood, Disney, Netflix, YouTube, Facebook, etc., and Twitter. What you can do basically is there's ways of watching their entertainment. I'll just say it like that. So I'm not trying to tell you what to watch or tell you how to sail the pirated seas, if you will. Because if we start taking money away from these big tech overlords, big media overlords, and the entertainment industry, they're going to have to start making movies actually worth paying to watch again. Because if you see the stuff that's being put out right now, it's all social justice warrior crap. It's all trying to push some sort of narrative, like having some 90-pound, 5'3" woman kicking the crap out of some 300-pound, sumo wrestler or some jacked Russian bodyguard. That doesn't happen. It's like women empowerment, but it doesn't really make any sense that a 90-pound woman is kicking the crap out of some Russian guy. It doesn't make any sense. But I don't know. Like I said, will it happen? Will a bunch of people get together and put a dent in their bottom line? Probably not. But I'm going to sure try. I am not going to pay to watch another Hollywood movie again. Now, again, understand that I am married. My wife doesn't really believe in the same sort of ideology I do, and the same process. And so, if movie theaters open back up again, which I kind of doubt, I will have to probably capitulate. I'm not going to tell her I'm not going to do it because of X, because I'm making a statement. I don't think she'll care. So yeah, I have not, and also another thing, use an ad blocker. Ad blocker for your Chrome, or you can use, what are their web browsers? There's Brave, I think. There's Pale Moon. I think I'm going to start using Pale Moon and DuckDuckGo instead of Google. They already know too much about you and me put together. Why give them more, advertising metrics so they can use it against us? Because basically, for Google, if you noticed, most email addresses you have are free. That's because you're the product. They use you to advertise to that way with their metrics. That's why you every once in a while you'll think, man, I need to buy a blender, and then you go go into some website, you're looking at something, and all of a sudden blender advertisements are on the right hand side. You're like, hey, wait, what the heck? How did they hear that? Interestingly enough, Facebook knows when you're on your phone and you're taking a crap because there's a gyro in your phone. And so basically when you're walking around, let's say you're browsing Facebook, they know that you're walking. And then if you go to sit down, let's say for longer than 30 minutes, they know you're just on your couch. But if you're on the toilet and you're only there for, like, say, 5 minutes, that's crazy. They know when you're taking a crap. And they can plan that out. It's amazing. But, and I'm not talking about becoming a monk, hiding up in the mountains, because that doesn't do anything. That just, you look silly. Silly in the long run. Because I'm not going to do that. Okay, that's correct. An accelerometer, not a gyro. But yes, an accelerometer. It's a. I remember those when I was in the Army. We put them on the Black Hawk to test the weight, not the weight and balance, but the vibration in certain sectors of the helicopter. You could dial the the rotor blade in to a certain frequency so it didn't rattle the freaking thing rattle the thing apart. But yeah, accelerometers. And so they use that to essentially determine if you're dropping a deuce or not, which is kind of funny. But yeah, they just know too much about you. They don't like you. You're a dollar sign to them. You're a stat. That's all you are to these news media, the big tech. You're a stat. And you're someone to advertise to, so their advertisers will pay them more money to advertise more. Yeah, balancing is freaking fun. Well, yes and no. We're talking about, going off on a tangent here, but yeah, track and balancing a helicopter is, it can be fun. It also cannot be fun if it doesn't come into specs before you do your weight and balance. Weight and balance. Why do I keep saying that? Your track and balance in flight. Because you have to get a proper ground balance first. Then you can take it up and dial it in up there. At, I think it was like 40, 80, and 120 knots or something like that. Pretty funny because, like, each blade, for the Black Hawk at least, can hold up to, like, potentially 5 pounds. But if you put 5 pounds on one blade, like 5 pounds on the other side, that's sort of defeating the purpose. And so, then it comes into, like, okay, well, which blade is, like, because you want to try to get the blades all, like, say you get one blade that's, like, pre-tracked to, like, +7, and you got a blade on the other side, like, pre-tracked to, like, +26. You kind of don't want that. Prop balancing, yeah. I haven't done that for, like, says or anything like that, but that could be fun. All right, back to the uninteresting crap that's going on right now. But yeah, it's just, I don't know. I'll ask you out there, what should be done? You can put it in the comments. What should be done out there? What is a good way to peacefully protest these assholes who despise your existence? And that's the crazy thing, is that you have money and you could use that money for any purpose in the world. And they want your money, but they treat you like crap. What is that? That's a sadistic sort of, I don't know, like a very unhealthy relationship to have with your customer, if you will, I guess. I don't know. I just find it funny that this is where we are now. And believe it or not, we all knew this was the way it is. Yeah, no. I understand where you're coming there from Flying Falcon, but no. because I think I said this earlier is that if it comes to that, they're going to use that to strip away more of your rights. And they'll definitely put you in a special detention center if you were to do that. So, yeah, I know you're probably being facetious. I get it, but yeah, it's just one of those things where you shouldn't even really posit that hypothesis because you never know who's looking on this, and you never know who's tracking this. And those people, especially in the news media and especially in the deep state, if you don't think there's a deep state, then you're not paying attention. There is a deep state, and I think that was, as much as this last 4 years was, and I would have rather have the next 4 years of Donald Trump, but what he did show was that there is a deep state. There is a level of government that they just don't get fired, and they pretty much control everything. Even though the Secretary of Defense and Secretary of State and all those cabinet positions, they get switched out every once in a while. There's people under them that actually control everything. And they sort of just keep greasing the skids. Just keep pushing the ore cart down the tracks. This is how it goes. Keep pushing it. But that's the thing. That's what Trump highlighted. He shined a light on it, and those people did not like it. And they tried everything to bring that guy down. And that's the things, like, I don't think we've had a president before that actually liked the citizens. Regardless if they didn't like him back, he actually liked his job. You could tell when Obama was president for 8 years, they didn't really like you. Yeah, he was president, but did he really care for your existence? Not really. He held you in contempt for a lot of times. He called you all you bitter clingers clinging on your God and guns and religion. It's like, that's sort of messed up. What the hell? Why would a president say that? Well, a president would say that because they don't like you. They hold you in contempt. They think you're just another taxpayer. Just shut up and pay your taxes, citizen. But if you're a far lefty, Obama loved you. Oh, you're awesome. He would bring you over and let you bang Big Mike for your. That's just, and then even Bush 43. I think at first I thought, this is after self-reflection after a while, I actually think that he did like his job. But after the second term, he just didn't care anymore. He just was like, screw these guys. And he kind of kowtowed to the liberals and kind of just, stroked their ego and is like. And yeah, I think Trump, their flying falcon, that he would, if he hated the country, if he hated some people, he would come out and say, yeah, I don't like these people. And this is going beyond not liking Antifa and BLM, because he knew they were a threat. And they were a threat, and they still are a threat. Black Lives Matter, not the peaceful side of Black Lives Matter, they're fine. But I'm talking the violent side of the BLM, the violent side of Antifa. No, actually, all of Antifa is violent. But the side that was peaceful, I don't think he had a problem with. And he even said that many times. He had a problem with the violence. And he had a problem with people burning down cities and destroying businesses and killing people. He had a problem with that. And I think most sane Americans believe the same thing. But I think the problem is that the left only likes you if you believe what they believe. And like I said, all you have to do is see what Joe Biden is saying right now. He's saying everyone should just come together. We need unity. Oh, we need unity now. But the last 4 years, you didn't care. You were like, screw Donald Trump. We need to take him down and get him impeached. Okay? However, they want unity now, the left. They said, you need to come together with us. It's like, no. You stupid frickin' potatoes. No. We had all this time for everyone to come together. You hated Donald Trump so much, and you hated his supporters so much that you wanted to take him out as fast, quick as possible. And then finally, when you got your way, you're saying, yeah, you need to bend the knee to us and come together with us in unity. No, F you. I'm not going to come together with you. Hell no. There is no reason. I have no desire right now to even remotely come together with any far leftists. No, because what they're going to do is they're going to destroy your rights, my rights, in the Constitution wherever they can. They're starting with the Second Amendment. And boys and girls out there, let me just focus on one thing. We're kind of like being narrow in our thought. We're just thinking, oh, Biden's going to become president. Yeah. Who's he putting in as a Secretary of State? Secretary of Commerce? Secretary of Energy? The Attorney General? The FBI Director? Who do you think he's going to put in? Do you think he's going to put in someone who's middle of the road that cares about you? Or do you think he's going to put in some far leftist douchebag? Right in those cabinet positions and the secretary offices. You really think that they're going to be on your side if you don't agree with them? Think about that for a second. Ponder that for a while. And really think about that. They are not on your side. These far leftist douchebag Democrats are not your friends. They are not on your side. They're going to do everything they can to remove your rights through legislative fiat or just executive fiat. They're just going to say, we're going to ban 30-round magazines for your black scary rifles. Oh, you can take it to the Supreme Court. But you see, Democrats aren't exactly stupid. They'll word it in such a way to where even if it gets thrown out in the Supreme Court, they'll find a way. They'll pole vault. They'll helicopter over that wall. They'll drive through the wall. They don't care. They hate your guts if you do not believe what they believe. So when they talk about unity, they're talking out their ass. They don't want to be unified with the United States. They want you. Okay? And I say you. I say anybody right of Pol Pot, Stalin, and Lenin. Anybody like that. They want shut up, put down, silenced. Yeah, therein lies the problem there, Flying Falcon. They may not take up. They don't have to take anything that goes to the Supreme Court. They don't have to take up. And they probably won't. They don't have to take up anything they don't want to. They'll say, nah, we don't want to. And that's the problem. If yeah, see, they are kicked out of everyone that has come to them this year. Yeah, exactly. So, like I said, the Supreme Court doesn't have to take up any court cases that come across their desk. They'll just kick it down to the lower court. Go, nah, we don't want to deal with it. And that's just the way it goes. this is the issue. If the Senate races in Georgia, and there's 2 of them, if the Republicans don't win, game over. Because right now, I think it's sitting at 49 Republicans, and I think 48. Was it 48 or 40? What is it? 49 Republicans right now in the Senate, and there's. Hold on a second. I'm trying to do math here. No, there's right now, as we see it, there's 50 Republican senators after all is said and done. And there's 48 senators on the Democratic side. Or 49. It might be 49-49 right now. So, if the Republicans do not win those 2 races, if they lose one, it goes 50-50. And guess who breaks the tie? Your friend and mine, Camel Toe Harris, the president of the Senate. So they have to win. I think there's a good chance they do win, but who knows? The voting in Georgia is atrocious. So if the Democrats don't win, that's good. For the next 2 years, Biden can put the House that's run by the Democrats, they can pass anything they want. The Senate can just shelve it and go, no, we're not going to deal with it. Done. But yeah, Flying Falcon, I am nervous as F about it. Because if they lose one, that means Kamala Harris has to be there during the proceedings, during the votes, so she can be the tie-breaking vote. Oh my God. We live in some unprecedented times, boys and girls. Oh, man. I don't know. I have a good feeling about them winning Georgia, the Republicans, but I also had a good feeling that Trump was going to win. I thought he was going to squeak it out. And then we all saw how that happened. Oh, man. All right, well, I just wanted to do a test stream on this just to make sure that I had to download a bunch of plugins for OBS to see if I could actually fix my voice. My voice is really crappy over the recording side and the streaming side, but hopefully that fixed it. But I might come on later tonight, depending on who's online at the time, because I think once Salty Cracker gets on, he gets about 12,000 people watching or more, and then Tim Pool's on, so I'll probably come in after 11 or something like that. But I don't know. Hey guys, Moonbased, Flying Falcon, all the others who were on, thanks for coming on and responding in the chat. All right, awesome. Thanks, Flying. Again, I only plug this every once in a while. I do have a subscribe star. You want to donate? Cool. If you don't do it. I don't want anybody to donate and then they can't pay the rent. That's not what I'm talking about. Just donate if you can. If you don't want to, cool, don't do it. All right, guys. I will, yes, Eastern Standard Time. So probably about another 3.5, 4 hours from now. Just depends. All right, boys and girls. Glad you could make it. I will see you later.